Alex Murphy and Ray French.
A wet and windy Nosey Road, St Helens welcomes the start of the John Player Cup rounds, where we have an intriguing North v South first round clash between St Helens and Fulham. Two teams who've never won the trophy, but St Helens field a local born back division and welcomed the new signing of 3 weeks ago at number 10, Paul Grimes from Whitehaven. He should add more strength to the pack, as should Graham Liptrott's inclusion after a shoulder injury at hooker at number 9. And Fulham here will field a devastating wing partnership in number 4, Steve Diamond, who scored over 700 points in the last 4 seasons, and ex-Morocco captain and sensational capture from Cahors, France Rugby Union, Hussein Mabaki. John Dalgreen at number 9, fresh from his test cap of last season, should ensure them some possession. New signing, Paul Grimes at number 10, cost St Helens £17,000 from Whitehaven, and a player whom St Helens will hope will add experience to that front row. They've had defensive problems and they're looking to him to do some tackling this afternoon. And Fulham coach number 7, Reggie Bolden. He only admits to a playing age of 30 plus VAT these days, but his experience will make this Fulham side tick. We should see him prompting and urging his pack on in the middle. Referee Fred Lindop from Wakefield, one of the Rugby League's most celebrated referees, gets this first round John Player underway. St Helens to kick off from right to left on our screens in white shirts and a red V, with Fulham to receive in their black shirts and the red and white chevron. Fulham bringing the ball away. Tony Gourley, the captain, already feeling out the St Helens pack. Well, Alec, your club Wigan already suffered at the hands of Fulham this season. How do you rate them as a side?
Well, I think they're a very good side, and nobody should underrate these lads. They come out, there's a lot of good professionals under here, and I think we'll be in for an interesting game this afternoon. St Helens will want to get a little bit of the pride back because things have not been going too well for them, but I think this is going to be a cracking game.
Yes, neither side have won this John Player Cup in its 12 seasons existence, so both will be looking to progress. And a good kick from Steve Diamond, number 4 there, puts Fulham on the attacking spot already. Well, we can see that they don't want to run with it. A high kick, and it finds touch. Just tapped in by Hussein Mabaki, and another good touch-finding kick from St Helens. It does relieve the line and takes that early pressure off them. And St Helens, Gary Battelle, looks in a bad condition on the field there. He was the victim of a heavy tackle. Tragic to see a young lad being carried off on a stretcher. He's only a young lad, a local lad, 21 years of age. But I'm afraid they're going to have to bring the substitute, Roy Mathias, onto the field eventually. And here is Roy Mathias, very experienced player. Good break from Peter Gourley. Still going. Well, ref Neil Holding looks quizzical. He wonders what's happened there, but it's a penalty for a deliberate charge down there from referee Fred Lindop. The crowd don't like it. St Helens don't like it. But at least it relieves that Fulham line. And Steve Diamond to put to touch. Steve Diamond, number 4, prolific point scorer for Fulham. Tony Gourley. Oh, good. Oh, and he's lost it. Peter Gourley again seems to be picking these loose balls up everywhere. 10 minutes gone, score still no points each, and another offside decision against Fulham. Well taken by Neil Holding. Graham looked up, looking for support. I think this is what St Helens have got to do. They've got to fan this ball out wide, try to outflank these big Fulham forwards and use that extra yard of pace, which I think they've got. Harry Pinner. Roy Hegarty. Good tackle by Fulham number 7, Reggie Bowden. Steve Peters. Oh, but coming back inside. Just inside the Fulham 25. Well, at least St Helens are trying to keep this ball moving. Good long ball to Barry Ledger. Oh, but well taken by Mabaki. Well taken, good tackle. Well, the passing looks very good. There's the break. Roy Mathias. Still going, Roy Haggerty. Oh, and a good pass from Mathias, and well backed up by St Helens number 4, Roy Haggerty. Well, at least, Alex, St Helens are giving this ball some air across the field.
Well, that's like the old St Helens. That was tremendous football. Several pair of hands, and Roy Mathias running as though he was just starting playing this game. It's the only way to play Fulham. You must stretch them across the field because Reggie Bowden does have this side well disciplined.
And it's Fulham again to take the scrum. That's the 3rd scrum they've taken. Well, Carl Radbourne sensibly stepping inside there. It may have looked as if he didn't want to run, but he just wanted to retain that ball, stop it going in touch. Dal Green, Bowden launching John Wood again. John Dal Green, well, he looks very fresh, he looks very fit. Oh, it's a good one, a good high up and under. Brian Parks looking for... Oh, Mabaki! For a knock-on. Well, Brian Parks left that very, very late for St Helens, and in this swirling wind, it was very, very dangerous. But the anticipation of Hussein Mabaki almost pulled the try off.
This is a very good kick by John Wood, but just watch Mabaki here. I'm a bit worried about Brian Parks, and he's very lucky indeed not to have a try scored against him.
Gimlet trot, Harry Pinner. Oh, Neil Holding looking for a break. Oh, and a lovely movement. A lovely break from Neil Holding. He's like electric, this lad. He can run. Well, Neil Holding was the victim of a knock from full-back number 1, Chris Ganley. And a very silly knock. Referee Fred Lindott was on the spot.
This is a very good decision by the referee because Neil Holding here, Chris Ganley, certainly came in and tried to take his head off. Absolutely impossible.
Fulham have taken all the 3 scrums so far, which obviously justifies John Dalgreen's selection last week for that 2nd Test match against Australia. But, a good heel from St Helens. It would have been a good heel, but referee indicates that a Fulham forward was handling the ball out. And that kick from Neil Holding puts St Helens right on attack. It's beautifully judged, a yard from the corner. Now can St Helens get first blood in this match. Referee Fred Lindott wants them right back on the line. Brian Parks. Oh, and a good run. And Barry Ledger, a beautiful try. Well, 18 minutes gone. That was simple rugby to get that ball out to Barry Ledger. Simple passing, very effective. And once again, showing St Helens' policy of trying to outflank these big Fulham forwards, putting St Helens in the lead by 3 points to 0.
Well, this is rugby at its very best. Quick pair of hands, good little run here by Brian Parks. He does well here, the full-back, draws the man in. Chris Harks right on hand. A lovely ball to Barry Ledger, and the lad flies over in the corner for a very good try indeed.
Neil Holding to take the kick. He's not what one would call a first-class kicker, although this season he's been pressed into service and done St Helens good by putting 34 goals over already. He gets it in the wind, but no, he misses it. Not quite high enough, and so that still keeps the score at St Helens 3, Fulham 0. Reggie Bowden. Chris Ganley, well picked up by Chris Ganley. Reggie Bowden looking, probing. Hussein Mabaki. A little excitement rises whenever this Moroccan wingman gets the ball. He's always liable to do something. Oh, and a good pass, but a forward pass. Well, John Wood grins to himself. It was well taken, but referee was on the spot.
Well, I think John Woods will be a little bit badly done to here, because this looked definitely as though the man turned with the ball. Looked a perfectly good pass, and what could have stopped it was a good try coming off.
John Wood, he certainly runs with some power. He's a blockbuster going down the middle. And an offside decision. Referee Fred Lindop aiming to keep these sides well apart from each other, otherwise we could get bogged down in just a forward tussle in the mud. And Steve Diamond, 28 minutes gone, well worth him having a shot at goal. It's a long goal, it's fully 50 yards, but it's the sort of kick that Steve Diamond has been putting over all season. He's already kicked 57 goals this season. And he'll want to strike this one well, his first attempt in the match. He's scored in every match for Fulham this season. There's a light wind behind him, just getting up behind him. And though it's a long one, this could pull Fulham back in the game. It's well struck, it's got the direction. Oh, and it's hit the crossbar, but Reggie Bowden's in. Well, a tremendous attempt, hit the crossbar, but it keeps Fulham on the attack. Peter Suto, 5 yards from the line, has that kick, put some life into Fulham. John, oh. And a knockout. Well, Steve Diamond put them on attack. Scrum now then, 5 yards from the St Helens line. Already the size and the weight of this Fulham pack beginning to tell in these scrum figures. Edging into the lead, and possession in such a low-scoring game as it is at the moment could be vital. Good feeding. Reggie Bowden, well taken. Neil Tufts. Well, that ball looked to be bobbing around anywhere. Fulham still got it. Fulham's Chris Ganley, and he's got a penalty for interfering at the play of the ball. That gives them another 6 tackles. Can St Helens absorb this pressure? John Dalgreen getting his side in position. Reggie Bowden launching another foul, but well tackled by St Helens number 8, Mel James. Bowden again, John Wood. Fulham Packer slipping this ball well, but they're tending to turn it back inside rather than outside. Peter Suto. a yard from the St Helens line. Fulham's pack putting the pressure on now. Tony Gourlay. Well, that could have been dangerous for St Helens. It was a wild ball, and Neil Tuff's number 14 substitute just couldn't quite hold it. Well, Fulham have had pressure for a long time now on this St Helens line, but they've got little to show for it. Reggie Bowden, Martin Herdman, running, oh, and a good run from Herdman. Well, Fulham are throwing this ball anywhere at the moment, and they've gone backwards. Chris Ganley, at least he's running direct, and he's still going, and he's over. Well, 1 minute we're criticising Fulham for slow-footedness, and the next minute Chris Ganley streaks through the St Helens team to level the scores at 3 points each.
Can you believe this possible? The booing and booing behind me, but just watch Chris Ganley. He can't believe it. It's a superb effort. 1, 2, 3. He's going round. He still can't believe his luck. Can he get to the line? Yes, he can, and good try.
Well, Chris Ganley, that's his first try of the season, and he'll be pleased with that. And this should be a straightforward kick for a kicker of Steve Diamond's calibre. In front of the posts, and it is. And with 5 minutes to half-time, Steve Diamond maintains his form of scoring in every match this year for Fulham and puts them in the lead at 5 points to 3. Peter Gourlay pumps off 1 man, 2 man, still going on. A good run from Peter Gourlay. Graham Liptrot holding, and a lovely pass to Paul Grimes. Peter Glynn, oh, good football this. Oh, and an excellent tackle from Chris Ganley, Fulham's number 1. No way is he getting round that Fulham full-back. St Helens springing into life, and that's what they've got to do. St Helens have got to give this ball some air.
Well, this is a lovely ball of Paul Grimes, and Peter Glynn backing up well. He's the man with the pace, goes round Tony Gourlay, comes to the Fulham cover with good tackle by Chris Ganley to bring him down very quickly. Differential penalty to St Helens. Neil holding, but it's a bad one. Well picked up by Neil Tuffs. Fulham quite content to cling on to this lead of 5-3 with 40 minutes play in this first half, almost up. They're settling to keep this ball in their forwards. What they have will hold, I think, is going through Reggie Bowden's mind. And another sensible kick from Tony Kinsey, and an excellent kick, pushing St Helens back fully 50 yards. Fulham not afraid to use this scrum possession by kicking through. Scrum down now, St Helens 25. Neil holding, St Helens scrum half to put the ball in. Well, Fulham were quoted at 100-1 to win this John Player Cup, but they're already on the way. The hooter. So Fulham, who were quoted at 101-1 to win this John Player Cup, already in a convincing lead by 5 points to 3. The heavy ground conditions have determined the style of play so far, but this heavyweight John Wood must be relishing the mud bath in midfield. His block-busting runs have already swatted some of these defenders off like flies. And Fulham to kick off already in a match which has seen Roy Mathias and Peter Glynn come on for Battelle and Pinner for St Helens, suffering concussion, and Carl Radbourne, the
Fulham wingman who received a severe knee injury, being replaced by Neil Tufts. Well, Alex, Fulham just in that little lead of 5 points to 3. Can they hold it?
Well, I think it's going to be very interesting this second half, because St Helens obviously will have been told at half-time they've got to throw the ball out, they've got to run with the ball, and as I speak, Barry Leathern is flying down the wing, and this is what Vinnie Benning will have instructed his side to do: move the ball out wide and run onto the ball.
And here we have St Helens trying to move it wide, trying to outflank this Fulham pack. A good attack. Hegarty, oh, he should have given that ball there. 5 yards from the line, Neil Hegarty should have put that ball out. Still moving it about. Roy Mathias, oh, and a good break from Roy Mathias, and he's over. Well, what a fine turn of speed showed by that substitute. 10 seasons in the game and 1 minute gone. He edges St Helens in the lead by 6 points to 5.
Well, this is what we've been talking about, quick hands, and isn't this a lovely ball of Steve Peters? Roy Mathias flies onto this, sees the gap, there's a little bit of hesitation from the Fulham defence, but he just flies through it for a very timely try for St Helens.
And Neil Holding will be hoping that this is a timely goal, although a difficult goal, just inside the Fulham 25, but well to the left of the posts. Very, very heavy conditions to kick this ball out of. Oh, and it's a nicely judged kick. He flighted that ball into that swirling wind, and the crowd are very happy with that. 2 minutes gone, puts St Helens in the lead by 8 points to 5. St Helens tempting to open it wide again. Roy, oh, and a good ball to Roy Hegarty. But very well tackled by Tony Kinsey. Peter Gourley. And what looked like an off-the-ball decision. Graham Liptrot, St Helens number 9. I don't think he's lying there for the benefit of his health. He's certainly been flattened in an off-the-ball incident. Well, I think referee Fred Lindop has sorted it out, and it is that man, John Wood, who has left Graham Liptrot on the floor there in a concussed situation. And it's a penalty to Neil Holding. This could edge St Helens further in the lead with 5 minutes gone. It's by far Neil Holding's easiest kick of the match. In front of the post, about 30 yards out. Neil Holding looking for his second attempt. It's a good shot and he gets it. Well, that increases St Helens' lead now by 10 points to 5.
Well, this is what led up to that incident. Just watch it. It's a run around by Peter Gourley and Liptrot. Just watch behind. It's the man actually off the ball who John Woods flattens. And a good decision by referee Lindop.
Well, we couldn't have the more perfect example of somebody handing a ball out. And John Dalgreen manoeuvred that ball into the second row. And yet another kick to St Helens wingman Barry Ledger. He's been more in action with his kicks than with his runs, but The state, the conditions of the ground have dictated the styles of play. But he's got a lot of pace, this lad, when he gets a clear run. St Helens keeping this ball moving this half. Chris Arkwright still going. Brian Litherland. Well, obviously, coach Billy Benyon has told St Helens to run these big Fulham forwards about. Neil Holding. Chris Arkwright, Roy Hegarty, now here's a chance for him. He's still going. Oh, a good tackle from Fulham number 1, Chris Ganley. And my word, did a punch go in there, I think. The touch judge. And Roy Hegarty looks in pain. And a free kick, rightly so, to St Helens. Number 10 Fulham, Peter Suto, the man adjudged to have put the punch in. And Roy Hegarty looks as though he could be in the black and white minstrel show. With 15 minutes gone, Peter Suto, Fulham number 10, the culprit, could have given another easy 2 points away. In these sort of conditions, this could be a crucial kick for St Helens. If they get this, that would mean Fulham having to score twice. He's kicked 2 already, Neil Holding. And that's his 3rd. And in 16 minutes gone, he edges St Helens ever further towards this second round, 12 points to 5 in their favour.
Well, here we have the incident, and it's Peter Suto, the man, John Dalgreen down. You might think it's this fella, but watch this. Ooh, what an haymaker that is.
Bowden to John Woods. Good pass, Tony Kinsey looking to open it out wide. Still going, well taken by Neil Tubbs. Neil Tubbs, Fulham number 14, usually a loose forward, come on for the injury to Carl Radbone. Oh, a nice break by Reggie Bowden. And John Crossley, a nice chip kick. It's a race for the line. Hussein Mabaki, Barry Ledger just clears the ball. And for a drop out under the post, Hussein Mabaki, Fulham number 5, showing his paces, but not quite get there. And St Helens to drop out from under the post, a narrow escape. It's a long one. Chris Ganley's well underneath it. Oh. Well, we've been advocating tackling all season in view of our Australian fence coming over, and that was a good tackle. Peter Suto driving in. Fulham, I think, really should be moving this ball much wider. They've got pace on the flanks in Mabaki, but they're still content to plough this ball through the forwards. And we see Gary Battelle returning to the fray, obviously recovered from his knock, coming on for Roy Hegarty with a shoulder injury. Steve Peters. Roy Mathias has had some good runs out there this afternoon. He's positioned himself at 3 or 4 men out from the play of the ball. And he's using what pace he's got left from his old wing days. Neil Holding, weaving, dodging. Is he through? No, John Wood has him. Well policed by that big number 11, John Wood. Peter Gawley looking for support, but none forthcoming. Nobody there backing him up. Peter Glynn, and a good ball to Gary Battelle, and an even better ball back to Peter Glynn. And a beautiful turn of pace, and a lovely try from Peter Glynn. Well, with 31 minutes gone, in these conditions, that was as good a try as we'll see all season, and what backing up from Gary Battelle and Peter Glynn.
Well, this is it again, some challenge here again. Gary Battelle does one here. This is a superb ball, holds the ball well, and Sniffer Glynn's there. Nobody catches this fella when he gets in these places. He's flying for the line, and I think that's just about put the nail in Fulham's coffin.
St Helens proving their superiority, 3 tries to 1. And Neil Holding should have little difficulty with this kick. Immediately in front of the posts. He'll be looking for his 4th kick. A simple shot increases St Helens' lead now to 17 points to 5. The rain fairly lashing down now to add to Fulham's problems. Reggie Bowden, John Crossley and John Wood again, launched down the centre. Oh, lovely piece of rugby. Well, that was as good a piece of rugby as Fulham have played all afternoon. Nice attempt at a ballet step there from Dennis Litherland, and he's been brought out, I think, for using a high kick. And it's a scrum down. Fulham's number 7, Reggie Bowden, to put the ball in for the scrum, but it must be a forlorn hope for Fulham. He realises that time's ticking away. And another loose arm against John Dalgreen. St Helens quite content to retain possession here. They know they're in the driving seat. They know that their passage is booked for the second round. Peter Gawley. Oh, a good Cumberland throw there from John Dalgreen on a Cumbrian forward. Chris Arkwright on, good running from Brian Parks, and a beautiful pass. Barry Ledger, and a very good tackle from Steve Diamond, coming across from the centre position. Took him out well, copybook tackle. And that good run by Ledger puts St Helens on the attack. But an inspired spell at the start of the second half, resulting in Roy Mathias scoring that vital try, enables St Helens to overcome their injury problems. Beating Fulham by 17 points to 5. A good win for St Helens, Alex.
Well, I think it was a good win in the end, because the extra yard of pace always had Fulham very worried, and Fulham put up a brave performance, but I think...
Sees a repeat.